Hey guys, welcome in to your tarot with Running from Sugar. At Running from Sugar Tarot, I think is how I changed it. You'll notice I did change the name. Two reasons. One, I may offer different services, but I have already locally coined that name, and amongst other people that knew me in one format or the other, and I would like to keep everything associated with that. So that's number one reason. And also, when I get my site up, it also gives you the opportunity to go just to one place and see everything that I offer. Just because I have different tricks of the trade doesn't mean that that's not going to be the name that stays. So, clearly. Also, at Linda Likes Tarot, I was doing a reading earlier today. And maybe I'm telling the story because maybe it's pertinent to someone else. Maybe someone needs to understand this as well. Okay, so I didn't name it what I had originally wanted to name it because I had let other people know about it. So I'm over here like, well, maybe I should. Let's do Kevin's Kipperish Oracle deck. But she said the word cultural appropriation. And I thought, oh God, I better not be guilty of nothing like that. And, you know, the whole thing behind the Celtic for me is it's always been something that I've been very interested in, very pulled to. And to find out it is in my ancestral DNA lineage through Ancestry was quite exciting for me. Very interesting. And I'm just interested in things like that. So, you know, by all definition, if I were to read the definition, with what I'm doing with it and trying to relearn and teach at the same time with what I know are their stories, would not be that. However, once again, I like to keep all things together, and I just don't want to offend anybody. I'm a girl over here in the South, mispronouncing stuff from her own lineage, and that is okay. One day, like I said, maybe I'll find me an Irishman that can help me out a little bit on that. Anyhow, we have emotional pain. Okay. Again. Well, someone's fucking concerned. So they're in emotional pain and concerned over something going on in the courthouse. And the courthouse is in the upright. Okay. So we've got I'm thinking that this is pulling on the same storylines we've been kind of reading, and it's just a different child. Okay. So yeah, what it is the person with emotional pain was once a child, so it tells me somebody's not doing something to a child, but has caused a child emotional pain, and they're concerned because somehow it's out in the open and it has to do with some kind of court case, which you'd be surprised. People can be very sadistic and actually keep people in trauma modes for reasons. If you know, you know. However, with that being said, let's see what's just playing out. I've got 2 readings to post for you. And apparently there's conflict over this right now. Somebody's pretty pissed off. Their hands are tied. They're pissed off because their hands are fucking tied. So of course there's conflict. Steam is rolling out this motherfucker's ears because his hands are tied. So I bet he is concerned about the emotional pain he caused a child. Wow, okay. So it is going on the same storyline. Wow. Sorry, I do have something on my mind, and I'm trying not to let it interfere with my energy with the cards. I'm gonna have to make some more Paula. The sound bowl or 2. Wouldn't hurt either. I felt like that wanted to come out. And actual money. So somebody's about to pop top because the courthouse is finally releasing this actual money. So some of this shit, whatever has been being kept from this child, because there is a storyline that's out and about. I've read on it, others have read on it, where there's an inheritance being kept by a father figure, and that's what I'm seeing again here. I mean, or a parental figure, or somebody. And anyway, somebody's about to pop top because at this point their hands are tied. There's nothing they can do. Whoever it is. Numbers 32, 18, 23, 55 might be pertinent to you. Or 33 or 11. 311, 3311. So I was expecting this. I guess maybe, if it's you, you already know about it. You're expecting this actual money. Or, oh, okay, I see where, if I were to lay it where it lands. Okay. That is the expectation under the fucker that's concerned. That this child's finally going to... Ooh, we got 2 cards. 2 cards stuck. I always hate, I don't like this for anybody, but it's a karmic situation, I guess. So they're getting what they wanted for you. You in poverty and lack. And that is their expectation. That's what they're expecting it. That's why the concern. And the feeling they need like they're about to pop a top. Maybe more than one person involved here, actually. In the floor. In the upright. Okay. The Ice Queen is in the upright. I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing. Sometimes you have to ice some people out of your life. And I mean that in a metaphorical sense, not in any kind of political what the fuck's happening in this world, because I guess I need to address that. Or maybe it is picking up that I just went to the Dollar General and got a bag of ice. True story. With actual money. Listen. You're as cold as ice. What is it? You're willing to sacrifice our love. So someone is finally being an ice queen, and it's probably good because it's keeping them protected. Keep your boundaries up. Sorry, I am looking in the camera because I'm hearing a very loud vehicle outside. And my brain is saying, should I go look? I got one trying to peek out. Trusted. We're good. Trust that we're good. There's someone out there. Oh, look, it's a law official that can be trusted. So there's a good guy in the mix, finally. Yay. Are you fucking kidding me? Death magic. Yes, if I didn't warn you, I will curse in these videos. What the fuck? What is wrong with you? Return to sender. For whoever this is. Return to sender, man. May the wicked fall in the traps that they set for you. Because they are in confusion and illusion. So maybe they are falling in the traps that they set for you. Well, you're moving on. You're like, this is a bitch. We're good. Freedom. 10 miles. We are 10 miles from freedom, baby. Yes. Yes. Almost there. Okay. Are you for real? So it seems, once again, there's a gift for an earth angel from someone that passed away. Literally, that came out just like that. This storyline will play out eventually. And someone has created a false narrative. Shocking, right? People don't do that at all, do they? We don't lie on people in this world. We don't treat people horribly, do we? Ritual in the reverse. High honor in the upright. So you got a military person in high honor. So you got ritual fucking backfiring. You got a military person maybe performing some black magic here. Maybe they were introduced to things overseas or something. Alright, Spirit, really? They said, oh, you need to stretch your back out anyway. Alright. That's kind of a lot, but we'll take them. They are in the upright. This is how this would go. Intuitive Kev. So someone's intuitive, someone's a seer. Chakras are balanced and aligned in the upright. You are single, sexy, and successful, baby. Don't forget it. You've got some unexpected money. And that unexpected money is finally coming in. You've got a good guy up in here with a badge. It might play out and it might take a little longer in timing to play out as it is in the card, so it might still pop up and keep popping up. I do expect that, but it seems like we're getting more of the story, or that the story is coming to fruition. And whoever has a lot of time on their hands, because there'll be somebody sending some death magic every fucking day. It ain't working, though. Well, I mean, that usually goes back to the caster. Return to sender. Whoever's sending your death spells has an entity attachment. I could explain a lot of people today. Once again, moving on. That needs to be shuffled some more. But you got a divine masculine coming in. It's always a plus, if that's what you want. Because it did say you were fine, single, and successful earlier. So. And you're also unbothered. I like that energy. We're going to keep that energy. Well, someone might pop up with a surprise, though. I don't know if it's a good surprise or a bad surprise. Let's see. The veil. So there's something casting illusion over that. You're not to trust it fully. Someone doesn't want to go to jail. Maybe they're going to make you an offer. And I open it up on the High Priestess. Get that third eye open, baby. You know who you are. Anyhow. I'm going to keep it at that continuation of the same saga. Now, I'm going to read something that's going into my little deck. A couple of them, actually. Sweeping it under the rug. People like to sweep things under the rug. There is a coin I've termed for that. I made it up. You Google it, you won't find it until probably after this fucking video. Anyway, ostrich syndrome. And you got your head in the damn sand. Get it out. Somebody maybe needed to hear that Grandma Booker style. I don't know. Get your head out of the fucking sand. Shit or get off the pot. Oh no. May have changed it to just running from sugar, but I come from a bunch of Irish women and the blood's thick, you know. I mean, like it, lump it, or shove it, it hurt my entire life. Anyhow, alright. Now there's this, people are going to love to debate me on these things, and I don't give two fucks. You want to sit down and talk about it? I'll sit down and talk about it with you. On a podcast. Anyway. Hurt people hurt people. Somebody does something bad, and that's the fucking excuse that we give. It's an explanation. Well, you gotta understand, hurt people hurt people. Well, it don't do much for the person getting hurt, for one. And it also doesn't stop people and say, hey, you're hurting me. So it doesn't bring awareness. It's a blanketed statement. It's an excuse to get by with bad behavior. Immoralistic behavior. You know, I'll just say it as fucked up as I used to say it to a friend of mine. Or I've said it to many friends, but it just made sense. And I'm not anti-religion at all, clearly. You know, I'm an omniist. So that's going to incorporate a lot. However, Lord, they don't want me speaking. Oh, okay. They didn't want this coming out. Brain fog. Okay, so no disrespect to any religion, of course. It has its place. But I used to talk to a scientist friend of mine, and I used to say, and he's like, yeah, finally someone gets it. Like, what the fuck? People existed before forms of religion that you know today. On top of that, and think about Neanderthal, Neolithic period. Think about animals, basic animals. They don't go shit in the communal pot. The communal pot I'm using as a metaphor for the collective. They don't go, or other people. They don't go behave, you know, crappily. You don't shit where you fucking eat. You don't crap in the communal pot. Why? Because, judgment. I used to say often, you know, morals and judgment are two very important things to keep things balanced. I am not over here judge and jury, but I'm not going to say I haven't judged or said something or made judgmental statements or that I won't again. We're too fucking passive as a people. We are going down a really bad slope and allowing people to hurt people because hurt people hurt people. Oh. In my most southernest of ways, bless your heart. Seriously, what is that? Like, hurt people hurt people. Okay, good. What do you want me to do with that? You might as well go wipe your ass with it. Anyway. It's a blanketed statement that perpetuates the problem. Speaking up is not victimhood. Stop telling people to not tell their stories. By asking them to sweep bullshit under the rug and have ostrich syndrome. Make it make sense. Why so many people doing that? It's been done to me. I'm watching it being done to another. Make it make sense. No. You don't get to hurt someone just because you were hurt. You get to heal because someone hurt you. You get to learn lessons because someone hurt you. You don't get to take it out on other people. And once you really, and had I understood that sooner, maybe I would have been a better person. I've made my own faults. I'm not over here anti-Bible and, let he who was without sin cast the first stone. No. But I'm saying it's not okay for me, and it's not okay for you. If I have to get my shit together, so do you. It's work. Start being conscious of people around you. I think that was in one of my other videos. I know there's one video that there's not a chance in hell I'm posting. It was a late night tarot read. It was funny too. To me. Funny to me. Probably not to you. Probably really long and boring to you. So yeah, basically, we have to hold people accountable. And sometimes that requires speaking up and not sweeping things under the rug. There's even a time in my life that I felt several times that was my only outlet, that I was so secluded by people that if I didn't put out publicly that I would feel like I was in danger, that something might have happened to me. I didn't sweep it under the rug. Many times other things have happened, and that's where a lot of conflict in my own personal life with others and family members have come, because I refuse to sweep things under the rug. I refuse to have ostrich syndrome to appease you. I just refuse it. And if there's, someone out there that I've hurt, because I was hurt, seriously, deepest apologies. But at the same token, take it as a mirror, like I have to. I have to take it as a learning lesson, so do you. We are all villains in someone's story. Someone's a villain in my story. You're a villain in someone else's story. Don't ever let yourself get so high-headed. I don't mind to be the villain, though. This is kind of like my villain era. I don't care. I was about to find my Nolan Neal hat. It said, blame it on me. He took it off and put it on me. He said, here, that's yours. This is the only hat from that song. So yeah, blame it on me if it makes you feel better, right? But yeah, no more sweeping shit under the rug. Okay? And on behalf of my friend, I do want to go ahead and address something. And I'm just going to read it publicly. So, my friend was a musician. He was my best friend since kindergarten. Many people know of me, many people do not. If you do not, you might want to question how well you knew him. You may have just been free room and board and recording. I knew my friend very well. And just because he may not have told you about me doesn't mean I don't know about you. I've been very privileged, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. However, and I'm not sure what instigated this text, and here's the reality of it is, it doesn't matter. From the moment of my friend's death, it's been years past now. One person or another pops up berating his daughter. Yes, I look like I smell something stinky because it is stinky. It's rotten ass behavior. If he wasn't cremated, he'd be rolling over in his grave. Half of him's here and half of him's there. Sorry, I had to. I don't know. No. As someone who was in his daughter's life from day one, you know, I'm not her mother, but, you know, I felt that motherly instinct towards her. I mean, hell, there was times I even argued with Nolan about situations and dynamics regarding them. But here's the thing, it's nobody's business. And the man has passed away. And the thing that I read today, it was so damn knife gut-wrenching just for me to read that I cannot fathom having to read it as a daughter. You know, I have a tumultuous relationship with my own father. That doesn't mean I don't love him. And Nolan loved that girl with every ounce of his being. He didn't always do right by her. He didn't do right always by many people, but he did do right by many people at the same token. He left so many imprints on so many people's lives. Just the same. Honor the life that was lived. And there was no honor in what I read. I took a screenshot just so I could read it because, once again, I refuse to cover up bullshit. I may make a separate video from this tarot reading, but I'm not leaving it out of this message because maybe somebody else needs to hear this too. And, oh, are you telling me I didn't take a picture of it? It's okay. I don't have to. Sad, really. That's just easy. I'm very proud of her, though. She took initiative to block the person, shut him down, and post what was being said to her. Ergo, not sweeping it under the fucking rug to perpetuate the problem. To say, hey, why is people doing this weird ass shit? I know the world's falling to hell in a handbasket, but, like, this girl's just living her life. And she's done a lot of things that Nolan would be very, very, very fucking proud of if you knew him the way you think you do. Yeah, I slept many a times. I'm not going to get into the 12 million stories about, but what was really said should never, ever, 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 ever be said like this. I'm not going to speak the person's name. They don't deserve the airtime. Not that this is going to help airtime, but hey Kay, this is such and such. I'm not sure if you realize all that I've done for your father and your grandmother before you blocked me on Instagram today. Every single time Nolan came back to Nashville from the West Coast, he used my studio to work in for free and regularly stayed here. He kept belongings here, including his hard drives and music equipment, and even abandoned his minivan at my house for over 2 years. It was me who sold that vehicle for your family when he never returned from California. Eventually he did return from California, to be very clear. But whatever. He goes on to say, the night your father was fired from Hotel Indigo after performing on drugs and losing his keys downtown, I was the one who took care of both him and Peeve. I literally had to carry your incoherent father into my home, take his drugs away from him, and stay up till sunrise to make sure he didn't OD. I have housed, fed Nolan, and gotten him out of many tough situations. You know what? So have I, and many others, bro. Do you deserve an award for that? And what the fuck does his daughter have to do with that? And why does his daughter need to relive and rehash those traumatic events? You don't think that's traumatic memories that you're saying this shit to her? Like, it made my heart stop. Like, okay, we all know what addiction can look like. We all know that it's very hard on those around us. But if just because you did something special for someone and you're trying to get some kind of clout, Anyway. I'm utterly appalled that you would block me over comments trying to keep his grandchildren safe. I'm sorry if my comments disrupted your attempt to be an influencer, but until you can address this respectfully, you are not welcome in this house, and there will be no using the studio in my home moving forward. Do you know how many studios are in Nashville? I do. And I promise you, if you had told Nolan he couldn't use your studio, he'd have another one in a couple of minutes. Just saying. Hi, horse. You're not the end all be all. I've been in some amazing places behind closed doors that I consider a privilege to have gotten to be there and witness. So, I suggest you take enough time for all of what I said to really sink in before responding. Nolan would be ashamed of you right now. Nolan would be ashamed of her. No. If Nolan could come down from the ethers right now, he would rip your ass up and rip you apart. Shame, sir. Shame. How dare you? How dare you? She suffered via his addiction. And she was a fucking child. And you're still older than she is. No one should be having these kinds of conversation about my friend this many years later. Unless it is to be as a lesson. And I guess the lesson is that hurting people is no longer a sufficient excuse for fucking ostrich syndrome. Thank you, Kay, for not sweeping it under the rug. I'm speaking on it. And dude, you owe her an apology. And anybody that comes at this kid, be it family or anything, you are not entitled to berate Nolan's daughter. Anything he may have said, you don't even know what's truth and what's not. There's a lot of truth that I or his sister, Nita, so many other people that could tell you that you'll never know, and you never knew that you thought you knew. You knew a version of the man. You knew the man holding the guitar. Oops, I turned off that. Maybe it's for the best. I picked out these pictures because they were some of my favorite pictures when we did a get-together. I actually took all of these pictures, well, minus the one that I'm in with him. Yeah, I took that at the Hollywood Hills. That is the Thanksgiving Day parade we did in North Carolina. And these are him holding his grandson for the first time. Do you see the smile on that face? That is my best friend. And that man would not be okay with what you just said to his daughter. Shame on you. I do call judgment. Wow. But we're just gonna let hurt people hurt people. No, we're not. We're going to start talking about why it's not okay. And those who've been hurt are probably going to start telling their stories. Just like her saying, no more bullying behind closed doors. If you can say it in private, you can say it in public. Otherwise, we're perpetuating the problem. But the grossness that I just read there, please tell me I'm not the only one. Not a song. Please tell me I'm not the only. Anyway. Food for thought. Hurt people is a blanketed statement.